Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for joining us today. Actually, I feel like we have an awesome show for you, as I always do, but it's this one is interesting, and it's about unlearning and shedding people, thoughts, mindsets, unlearning everything that we have, everything that we thought we were. Growing up, you might have been subjected to this thought process. Most of us were. For instance, I was Catholic, and you were subjected to a mindset that maybe didn't resonate with you, or would, and then later on in life you started to realize things, or even earlier in life you started to realize things weren't as they seem. You didn't feel right. Maybe you didn't, or maybe even at the time you felt okay, and just over time you started to realize things aren't everything as I was led to believe back in the day. And with that, as we go along in this ascension process, we are learning how to handle situations, people, places differently. We are understanding that we don't necessarily have to do or think the way that other people are telling us to think. And when you go through this process of awakening and the ascension process, and you're filling yourself up with light and love, you begin to understand that yes, we are not on the same level. So people are at different ends or different rungs of the ladder, which is okay. Obviously, they're all souls are growing in this direction, just at different points within the process. But when you begin to understand that you're vibrating on another level, things start to happen. Changes start to occur. We've already discussed and had a podcast about the shedding of layers within your energy system. So you start to shed feelings, emotions that you've had. Well, in addition to those feelings or emotions that you had, which are part of the healing process as you ascend, there are other aspects that begin to change. And some of those aspects are the unlearning of so much of what you thought was true back in the day. And when I say unlearning, I mean you unlearn the value of family. Your whole idea of family could begin to change, because a lot of our families are extremely judgmental, and they don't like, a lot of them out there. I know I talk to so many of you out there that are experiencing this. They don't like that you're growing in this direction. And they don't like certain things that are happening to you. They don't like you taking control of your own mind, thoughts, feelings, and you learning something new, because it might go in contrast to where they are or what they think. So, and just this is just a for instance. I come from a Catholic and Christian family that are extremely judgmental and judge me a lot for the things that I do. And I'm coming to understand that obviously they're not trying to hurt me, but we do think differently. And part of my job now is to decide whether or not I want to be around these judgments. And that's a difficult aspect of the ascension process, as you are beginning to grow and you're getting stronger in your own comfort, your own skin, your understanding of, hey, I don't need to continue to subject myself to this constant ridicule and negativity, and that's, I don't have to be okay with that anymore. I don't have to put on this happy face just to make you feel good about my presence here. So I'll give you, for instance, my family gets together quite often. or at least we used to. It has slowed down some over the past few years. But when we get together, I have told you that there are many in my family that judge me harshly for what I do. And they're Christians and Catholic. And when I come around, I can feel that energy. That energy is intense. And my brother, he'll call me up, which is one of the main culprits here. He'll call me up and he'll go, "Oh, how are you doing?" And I'll say to him, "Well, let me ask you a question. Why are you're calling me up to say hello?" And I appreciate that, but let's talk about these issues that we have. Rather than just sweep them under the rug and ignore them like they're not there, because I can feel you. I can feel your energy. And I'll bring that up. Like, I feel his energy, and I'll say that to him. I know that you judge me harshly, because he has for many years. So what he's doing now is he's just not telling me about those judgments. What he does is he still holds them, still believes them. However, what he does is does not tell me them anymore. But if your mind is thinking something and you fully believe it, you're just not saying it, but you act in that way. Well, there's the judgments are still there. The energy is prevalent. It's very heavy, and you carry it with you very well. So why would we dismiss this? Let's discuss these topics and find a happy medium that we can begin to use as a way to step forward in peace rather than in differences and judgment. And my family's response to that is no, thank you. We will continue to sweep it under the rug, and we will continue to act as if there are no problems. Even though we are very well aware that there are problems, we don't want to address them. We want to simply act like it's not there, and you come around and we are going to do whatever we want, and we want you to be happy when you're around us because that's the way it should be. Yeah, no, that's not the way it should be. It doesn't have to be that way. And I encourage all of you out there that are going through this process to begin to understand and take back your own power. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to, or you don't feel like you should be doing, because you want to be true to who you are. And like when I go around my family, I'm told, don't talk about anything that you do. We don't want to hear about it. When we have individual conversations, they don't want to hear about the things that I do. Okay, that is okay. There is no problem with that. However, I have to then make a decision on whether or not I want to continue to subject myself to that, because I am around people now that do not accept me for who I am, and they want to label me in ways that aren't accurate. And I know a lot of you out there are experiencing this. Now, this took me a long time. Excuse me. You guys know I haven't been coughing like this or feeling this energy in my throat for some time. And I start talking and they're coming in. So, but you guys have to begin to make, and I'm sorry, you don't have to, but you can, and most likely as you begin to get stronger in the understanding of who you are, you're going to begin to understand that you don't need to be subjected to this kind of judgment, this type of ridicule, this type of mindset that I have to, or you have to be a particular way in order for people to communicate with you and like you and want to be around you. It doesn't work like that. You don't have to. And that's part of the unlearning process. And part of the shedding of people that is going to be a result of this process. Because people have ideas in their mind that things have to be a certain way in order for them to work properly. And when when that mindset is held, and the mindset of how it has to work is we don't address issues, we sweep it under the rug, man, that's a tough one. Because am I being disingenuous if I go around these people and I just act like I'm happy? When and when I say these people, I mean my family. So I have to act like I'm happy just to appease your mindset? No, that's not what I subscribe to anymore, and that's not what I choose to participate in. So if you don't want to address the issues that we have, and you want to put on a facade simply because you want the world to think that everything's all good, well, that you can do that, but I'm not. It's not something that I'm going to choose to participate in. And I know a lot of you guys have situations with parents, with siblings, where you are speaking to them about certain things, certain topics, and you get ridiculed and you get judged. And all I'm saying is you don't have to. You don't have to subject yourself to it. Make a decision in your mind. What are you okay with? And any way you do this is okay. Please don't just because I'm handling it a certain way of shedding people and letting them go doesn't mean you have to, but you have to then find a way to be comfortable in the continued relationship that you're agreeing upon. Are you going to be okay if they don't stop judging you? Are you going to be okay if they don't really respect you and what you're doing? Are you going to be okay if you cannot communicate about some aspects of your life that you're passionate about, like your ascension process and the growth that you're going through? Are you going to be okay with that? Or do you have to let these people go? Or do you have to kind of then begin to step back a little bit more? Maybe not let them go completely, but maybe step back and not see them as much as you maybe did in the past, or talk to them as much, because their energy is real. And when you are around it, it's heavy. And I've had experiences recently that have really shed a lot of light on this. And it has really empowered me to understand that I have learned a lot from my family, a ton. A ton of strength has come from the judgments that they have. But what I have also learned, that I don't have to continuously be what they say I should be just to be around there. Like they don't accept me for the way that I want to be. And there have been situations that have happened over the years where these judgments have been like, I've been told, you're not going to heaven. That's been something that's been said to me so many times. Or, hey, you are the guy down there. Wow. I'm like so loving. I'm such a loving person, and I accept all these people for what and who they are. That I don't judge them for what they do. I simply choose not to accept it anymore. And that's also a key point here when you're beginning to unlearn all these thought processes. Like, okay, so when I say unlearn, you are unlearning these aspects that we are speaking about right now, where I have to continue to subject myself to this ridicule in order to sustain a facade of happiness when I'm not really happy anymore. Why? It's unnecessary. You don't have to. Be at peace. But know that you're never alone. And that's huge. A lot of people think that without their family members, their brothers, their sisters, their parents, that, oh, without them, I don't, what is there other than family? Well, you have the divine relationship, which is the most important thing. Your soul's development is the most important thing. It isn't this physical body. I mean, yes, it's part of the physical experience that we are going through, but we're meant to learn lessons. And if you continue to to subject yourself to negativity and ridicule, and you don't there you can't come to a medium, to a happy medium, to where you are all happy and not just one-sided, then what is the point? Why continue to hurt yourself? And again, I'm not saying cut it off completely. What I am saying is step back and begin to really evaluate what is important to you. Is your energy that important? Is your mindset and happiness that important to you that you feel it necessary to step back? To me, it is. Yeah, and I am stepping back because I had enough of this. Now, I had a situation happen over the weekend that was extremely powerful. And for the longest time, I've been telling you about these judgments that my family has cast upon me. Well, I found out my son is, and I can't believe I didn't realize this sooner, but I found out my son is most likely an empath. And his girlfriend pointed something out over the weekend that was revelational. I mean, it just completely blew my mind how, one, I didn't see this, but two, how much sense it actually makes and how powerful it is. So we've done the podcast on the life of an empath. Well, my son has been dealing with a lot of what he and we would interpret as like just feeling low. And we started to understand over the weekend as a direct result of his girlfriend telling him, yo, you might actually be picking up on other people's feelings rather than them being your own. Whoa. Because my family, we met up real quick over the weekend. And my son, when he got there, he said that he immediately felt this angst, this energy, he said, that just did not make him happy. And he goes, Dad, the only reason I stayed is because you weren't there yet, and I was waiting for you. And he said, but honestly, I felt so sad. I just felt this heaviness, and I don't understand because I didn't necessarily feel it before I went there. Or whatever I felt before I went there just intensified immensely, and it really brought me down. Well, he said okay, and then you got there, Dad, and he goes, I realized that something shifted in me. He said, I didn't feel the heaviness that I felt before. He said, because him and we kind of went off on our own and we're just talking. And he said, I felt the most comfortable, Dad, when you actually came and I could feel your energy because it felt so good. And that right there is what I am talking about in accepting family. So does my son do everything that I want him to do? No, absolutely not. But do I accept him fully for whatever he does? Absolutely so. And my family does not accept me. They want me to be specific in how I am and how I act in order for me to fit in with their group, with their family. And so finding out my son was an empath and understanding that he's now picking up on energy is a huge revelation. And my point here is that it's important for us to make these decisions about our energy and happiness so that we can begin to let things go. So my son, I'm going to tell him, you don't have to continue to subject yourself to that energy, Chris. Don't. Let it go. Be at peace. And you be you. And regardless of how you are, my son, I'm going to be there for you and support you. If you don't want to come see me when we have dinners, then don't come to see me. That's okay. If you don't want to believe in the stuff that I do, you don't have to. But I accept you for whatever you're doing. My son's trying to figure out life right now, and I am not trying to make him do it in any way, shape, or form that is how I would do it. I am accepting him for him. And that right there is what I am talking about when I am saying unlearning. How things were taught to you and like the way it should be versus the way that it is, the way that you are. Accept who you are, accept the power and the happiness and the energy that is you, and be comfortable with that. And then move in a direction that is in alignment with it, that allows and cultivates growth and positivity rather than negativity and judgments and ridicule and the feeling that you're not fitting in. Because when I'm around particular members of my family, I feel like I'm a square peg put into a round hole. I don't want to feel like that anymore. And I felt that for many years. And I know a lot of you out there have, because I've spoken to you about it. All I'm saying is you don't have to. Don't feel like you need to. It's unnecessary. If people can't accept you for you, well then move on. Step back. Retake your own power. Retake your own strength and embrace who you are truly. If you don't love yourself, who else can truly love you? And if somebody doesn't love you for everything that you are, do they really love you? I'll let you answer that question. Now, with that being said, this isn't a black and white issue. Nothing is here on this planetary realm. Nothing is in these human bodies. Nothing is black and white in this existence. There's a lot to figure out here. However, what I am going to tell you is that as you are going, pay attention to your feelings. Pay attention to and don't just dismiss them. They are important, they are giving you a message. But not only that, understand that the experiences that you've had up until this point, you agreed upon before you were born. Prior to your incarnation, you actually agreed to be in the situation that you are. But you agreed to grow from it. Not to allow yourself to absorb it and then actually go down with it. You didn't agree to that. You agreed to grow from it. That is the whole point here. You grow from these experiences. And now, how are you going to handle this situation? Now that you're fully aware of what's happening and what's going on, what are you going to do to grow from this? And there is no right or wrong answer. If you continue to be around these people that ridicule and judge you and treat you negatively, that's fine. Go do that. If you can find peace there, then it's right. If you can find love and you can hold on to that love more than you can hold on to the judgments and the ridicule, that is amazing. And I commend you greatly for that kind of strength, for that kind of power, because that's not easy. No, nothing is. But the fact that you can do that is huge, huge. And I commend you immensely for having that kind of power. But I don't know. I don't feel like I'm there. I don't feel like I want to continue to subject myself to that kind of stuff. So I tend to step back. And I accept these people fully. And I love them truly for who they are, because they've taught me so much. But what I also understand is that I don't have to. The energy is real. The feeling is real. And when I'm around, there's just way too much negativity and unhappiness. And when I leave that situation, I don't feel good. I don't feel happy. In fact, before I go, I don't feel good. And when I leave, I don't feel good. it takes me a little bit of time to build my energy back up into a point where I'm content and happy again. And yeah, so it's for that reason that I choose not to subject myself to it anymore. Now, one thing that I will tell you is that I've been having these feelings for many, many years. This is not new. Where where all this has been happening. So it's not like I just woke up one day and I said, "Okay, I'm done." And then I've been talking to my family about this for about 7 years now, 6.5 years. Telling them, okay, there are certain things that are happening here that just aren't vibing with me. They don't gel. And let's try to work it out. And continuously, it just doesn't happen. So the whole point of this podcast, though, is not about my family. It's about the unlearning. It's about shedding people. And that is what I'm trying to get across here, that you just don't have to continuously subject yourself to that kind of energy. Whatever it is, this energy could be in work. You don't, if you're going in work and you're consistently feeling this negativity, this bombardment of bad energy, you can let go. You can grow from that. Choose to let go. Choose to be of a mindset and, I'm sorry, not of a mindset. Choose to, yes, grow from it, but to do something differently. Now, a lot of people will say, well, what am I going to do? You can go back to school. And then people will say, okay, well, I don't have money. Okay, you don't have money right now. But if you invest in yourself and you work hard and you go out there and do what you need to do to make the money that you need, you will come out of it better. You will come out making more money. You will come out knowing the universe is helping you. So it takes time. It takes effort. As we have said over and over and over again, if you put energy in the direction that you're looking to go, you will be successful. The universe is backing you up. The universe wants to help you. But everything needs to be in alignment. Your mind, your actions, your words all need to be in alignment. It can't be this constant excuse of, oh, well, I don't have that. Oh, well, I don't do this. Oh, well, I can't do that. Oh, well, I can't. Stop. It's going to work out if you put forth the effort. Trust me there. And take me, for instance. I just quit my job. I know so many people out there right now. I know a yoga instructor who is struggling right now with this whole pandemic thing. She can't meet with people physically to do her yoga, to do her meditations and all. But she doesn't sit back and complain. She actually is getting off her butt and she's putting energy in. Okay, people, ladies and gentlemen, let's start doing Zoom. I will help you with yoga. I'll walk you through yoga through Zoom or through these meeting applications on the computer and help you. And honestly, it's a beautiful thing to watch. It's a beautiful thing to watch somebody take control over their own actions, mind, body, soul, and work in that direction rather than sit back and complain about all this stuff that she doesn't have. She works hard to grow and to put forth the effort in the direction she's going. Again, she's unlearning this mindset of not have and being grateful for what she does have and then leveraging what she does have to be successful and to take her to that next level. And kudos to you. And kudos to all of you out there that are doing that. I'm just providing you one example. There are so many others of them out there. I was laid off in March, the middle of March, and went on unemployment. I have yet to receive one unemployment check. I haven't received one paycheck. But I don't dwell on that. It's not a mindset that works, because again, this is all energy, and if you stay there, if you dwell on that and you focus on that negativity, that down low vibrations, then that's what is going to stay with you. So focus, refocus on the positive aspects of what could come of your growth and where you are going. And as you're unlearning and shedding people that are negative and situations, you're shedding these situations, you're shedding these mindsets, you are shedding or unlearning these mindsets that you have had for so long. Like, oh man, I have to continue to focus, or I have to continue to be in this job because that's what's paying the bills, and I'm not going to make that money somewhere else. You're wrong. You will make money. You will make more money. There's enough of it out there. Trust me there. I used to be in that mindset. And it was only when I started to shed that mindset and started to believe in myself and started to put energy in myself and know what I'm capable of that everything started to change. And I mean, I literally went from a huge money making job to pennies, pennies. And it wasn't because I didn't trust in myself. It was only because I trusted in myself that will allow me to take myself to this next level. So I understand it's going to take some time, and I'm willing to accept what I need to give up in that time in order to get to my end goal of being a teacher and helping people. So as you guys are going, begin to unlearn these mindsets of you're not capable, because you are capable. You just have to begin to work in it. And don't feel like you have to continuously subject yourself to negativity and ridicule just because you think that you need to have these particular family members around. You don't. You don't. You are not alone, and you are strong. In fact, as a result of stepping back, you could actually find a new sense of power, development, strength within you that's going to make you soar. There was a meme that I saw before, and it says it's a picture of two birds on a branch, and it says that the branch is real thin, and two of them are sitting there, and it says that these birds don't sit on the branch in fear, thinking that the branch is going to break. They are confident, and their focus is on their own strength and ability to fly if it were to break. And that's a huge, huge idea, a huge premise to begin to really think about. Because you people, all of you out there, are capable of amazingly beautiful things. But start to take a step back and think about what is stopping me from achieving everything that I want. What is it that I want to achieve, and what is stopping me? Is it these mindsets that I've had for so many years that people have instilled in me? Is that what it is? Is it the constant ridicule or me holding on to these people that don't accept me for who I am? Is that what it is? Maybe. And once you find that answer, well, then start to focus on your own wings. Start to focus on your own power. I have a friend who she dropped out of college. Actually, I think she was a senior and only had like a class left. And she dropped out. And she has been like waitressing since then. And there is something I love about her is that she loves it. She loves it. And like every time I talk to her, she doesn't dwell on Jackie, you know who you are. She doesn't dwell on all this stuff that she doesn't have. She's positive. And right now she just went back to school for massage therapy. And I'm so happy for her, because she finally she finally realized the strength that she has in her wings, and she really is letting go and saying, you know what, I'm going to be the best that I can be. Not because anybody's holding me back or not because of anything other than I realize my own strength. And man, kudos to you, Jackie. Kudos. It's a beautiful thing that you are doing. There are others that I work with, or that I talk to, that I'm friends with, who are overcoming a lot of judgments, ridicule, all that stuff, because they understand the power in their abilities and what they're doing. You can too. There is no difference between you, me, anybody else doing and achieving their goals. It's all in the mind. And when you believe in where you're going and what you're doing, and you truly, truly hold on to the power of knowing that you are capable of amazing things, when you really can make that your focus, I'm telling you, the sky is the limit. There's no reason you're not going to be successful. In fact, I will tell you, if you truly follow your heart, your guidance system, your intuitive mind, if you really follow that, you will be successful. I don't care what you do. Now, what is successful, though? Is it how much money you make? I would argue no. I just quit a job making a lot of money to do a job that I'm going to be making substantially less. But I'm helping people. And I know Jackie is going to try to help people. I have another friend, Jackie and Mary Jane, who are trying to help people. Not going after the hundreds of thousands of dollars, or not going after the having 8 cars or the huge house with obscene number of rooms. They are simply trying to be the best version that they can. And success is, in my opinion, how you feel. Success is your happiness. Are you happy? Do you wake up every morning and go, gosh, I dislike this? You might make $1 million, but are you happy? Are the people around you cultivating or augmenting your growth? Ask yourself these questions, and then move in a direction that does help and cultivate your strength and growth, and take back your power. Be who you're meant to be. Love yourself enough to know you deserve better. You deserve the best for you, not for anybody else. You don't have to be what someone else thinks you should be. You don't have to. Here's another story. This guy quits his job, moves to like a coastal area, and he fishes every day for food for his family. And when he's done fishing, as long as he has enough food for his family, he just sits back and relaxes, enjoys his time, his moments by himself or with his family. And this guy comes up to him and says, what are you doing? Why don't you go make $1 million or make a lot of money selling all these fish to these companies and just work harder? The guy goes, why? He goes, well, don't you want to make a lot of money? Why would I want to make a lot of money? So that you can grow old, and when you retire, you don't have to work as hard. I don't work as hard. I fish for what I need for the day. I feed my family. My family is very well taken care of. And then I relax and I enjoy my time with them. Boom. Hello. That is what it's all about, in my opinion. You might have a different one, and that's obviously okay. Believe in whatever opinion that you have. Believe in whatever thoughts that you have. Not thoughts, feelings. That's where our intuitive mind is. Believe in those feelings. Believe in your ability to grow and go with it. I love you all. Thank you. I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to channel and let's see what they say. But I know that they were in there pretty deep today. I mean, I could feel that for sure. Enoch speaking. My children, beautiful are you all, and the potential that you all carry. Information here today is very accurate in depicting your own ability and your own growth going forward. Yes, the continuation of trust in your own abilities is crucial to the aspect of growth, but this takes time to develop, my children. For yes, the unlearning of mindsets that has been instilled in so many for so many generations is not something that is overcome as easily as a snap of the finger. It is a mindset that takes a decent amount of time, an immense amount of time. In some aspects, it could take generations, my children. But these are aspects that we encourage you to trust in, to begin to acknowledge. We encourage you to feel the sensations that carry within your intuitive mind, belly, and know, trust in them, that they are truth. Know that this is the presence of God that relies or that lies in you, that is attempting to come out and begin to shine upon all those around you. It is not a feeling that is meant to be dismayed or discouraged. It is one to be trusted and believed fully, wholeheartedly. For the divinity within you is attempting to come out, to be one with your true purpose. It is okay should you not choose this, but we do not encourage this mindset. We encourage a trust in it and a leap of faith into it. And this, my children, will allow you to know and successfully complete your true soul's purpose. It is a disbelief in this guidance system that does misalign all that are attempting to be in alignment. It is a complete trust in the feelings and the intuitive mind that you will find a greater peace and a greater strength that you might not at this moment realize and understand completely yet. When you begin to trust in your own abilities and the guidance system of your heavenly support team, you will truly accomplish not only what you are meant to in this lifetime, but a greater sense of who you are as a soul and divine being. You are love, my children. You are light. There is no need to think otherwise. There is no need to believe otherwise. You are all one with the Creator, and your belief systems are true. We encourage you to trust in them. There is a reason that you feel the way that you do, my children. This is not something that is so easily let go of. Your soul is communicating with you. Your heavenly support team is guiding you for a reason to grow into where you are being called to go, my children. Do not discourage these feelings or set them aside as if they are irrelevant, my children. They are not. They are where you are meant to go, my children. Be at peace with them. Know that you are going, should you so choose to accept them and allow them to truly guide you. You are going where you are meant to go. You are learning the lessons that you are meant to learn. And you are finding the true power in who you are, not only as a human, but as a soul. For you are allowing the divinity to begin to shine within you, and as a result, your auric field layer will grow, expand, and allow for more light in. This is what ascension is all about, my children. Go in peace and love, always. There are no needs for judgments. Although others may judge you, this is okay. This is part of their soul's purpose. And their soul's purpose may absolutely be part of the opportunity for you to begin to align with your soul's purpose as a result of their judgments and their lack of acceptance. For this is what Christopher has experienced at this moment. His soul has agreed upon the opportunities to be judged, to be ridiculed, to be criticized for his growth, and yet he grows in spite of this. This is absolutely 100% part of his divine purpose in this lifetime, to grow in spite of these troubled times, my children. And this is what we encourage all of you to do as well, to grow in spite of it, to align with your greater purpose, to be who you are meant to be, to find where you are meant to go, and to trust in the feelings that you have. For when this trust is truly dependent on, guided system it will guide you to where you are meant to go. And we are so grateful for the allowance of this information to come forth today. This is a beautiful opportunity and podcast message that has been relayed to all of you, light beings, light messengers, light healers, and we are grateful for the opportunity to communicate with you all. Go in peace and love, and know that everything that has transpired in your life till now and later on in life is a lesson to learn, my children. Go in peace and love and be one with your true divine self, and you will find your way. Thank you. Enoch speaking. Thank you, Enoch. Always amazing messages. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you guys got something out of this podcast. I feel like it was a really good one. Please always reach out to me. OpenToEnergy.com is my website. I love hearing from you all, really. Be at peace with yourself. Go find your purpose. Love you. Enjoy your day. Goodbye.